Hey, hello, 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 hello. I can't go lower than that. Hello, sweet souls. How are y'all today? I just got done doing a reading with a new sweetheart. So thank you, sweet pea. You know who you are. I still want to do our live chat. I got to. Now it's a habit. Now I gotta do this. I gotta get it done. So I'm still a little bit buzzy, so I thought I'd come on and actually talk about this with you real quick. And so today I wanted to touch on, hey Angela, today I wanted to touch on how our self-love affects our relationships. But before we hop into that, I also gotta know, like, how y'all doing? How are you doing? The four sweet peepees, wow, the four sweet peas that just showed up. How are y'all doing today? Like, tell me how you're feeling today. Like, can you do, like, I feel like fabulous. I feel wonderful. Tell me how you're feeling today. I feel sensitive. I feel, what are you feeling today? Hi, Angela. Hi, Cynthia. Shalonda. Happy Saturday. I've misunderstood your name. Hi, Felix. Esther. I'm not pulling cards, Esther. Not today. But I do want to have a conversation about self-love, self-esteem, self-focus. But I want to know how you're feeling, Esther. How are you feeling today? Is it Cayenne? I think it's Cayenne. Girl, finally cleaning out my crafting house. You feel vulnerable. That's a beautiful word and beautiful thing to say, because I always, I know that the word vulnerability often has a negative connotation to it, but I feel like it's such a good word. It's such a powerful word. Vulnerability is just an awareness of state. I love that. Angela, you feel lonely, honey. I understand. Shalonda feels really happy today. Love it. Nothing in life has really changed, but I have this overwhelming sense of happiness. Shalonda, sit in that. Like, cultivate it. Like, absorb it. Juicy in it. Get, like, squishy and love in it. Like, I love that. Lonely is a hard place to be in, and we've all been there, I'm sure. Is there anything that you can do, Angela, that can maybe shift that, or maybe sometimes just resting in, this is how I'm feeling. We don't have to change it. That's a good question. Angela, do you want to change that feeling? Do you want to change that state? But thank you so much for even telling me. I love knowing how you're feeling. I see a couple people just came in. The quick question before I hop into our topic today was like, Josie feels hopeful. I love it, Josie. Tell me how you're feeling right now. I got a couple of y'all that told me how you're feeling, and I'm looking. I will be attending a Zoom tonight. Ooh, what Zoom's happening tonight? What's going on? I feel that's the word we're looking for. How are we feeling? And I think I got 8 responses. So let's see if we've gotten them all. I want to hear from all of you. So Felix, you haven't told me how you're feeling today. If you're still in here, Sarah, I want to know how you're feeling. Shalonda, let me know. Angela, let me know. Cayenne, let me know. Esther hasn't told me. Josie, let me know she feels hopeful. I'm glad you feel hopeful. So, yeah, some more people just hopped in. Tell me how you're feeling today. Tell me how you're feeling. You know what I'm feeling? I'm feeling ambitious today. I feel like I want to take on the world, kind of. Like, I got my armor. I got my staffs. I think I want staffs. Yeah, I got my staffs. Bunch of ladies getting together. Sweet! Oh my gosh, you're gonna feel like so bubbly after that. You're gonna be like, okay, we have to do this every Saturday. You're gonna feel so bubbly. Enjoy it. So the whole thing that I wanted to touch on today is about how our self-love affects our relationships. And I want to keep this easy. I want to keep it simple, because sometimes I know I get a little complicated unnecessarily. Sorry, it's an Abby. She does these things. But I really wanted to make sure that at least whoever comes to visit with us, whoever comes and hangs out with me, whoever sees these videos later on, it's approachable, it's digestible, we understand what I mean. So have you ever noticed, and if not, that's perfectly okay, but people who tend to have low self-esteem or low self-value or low self-worth tend to have poor relationships. And by poor relationships, I mean like relationships that maybe started from a infidelity event or had an infidelity event, a relationship that they can't quite get to be their own, like the relationship is in pieces because like that person maybe has a few others. There's lots of ways they're never around. There's lots of things that can kind of be complicated relationships. And I feel like our self-esteem, in my experience and my observation, our self-esteem seems to pull directly from originally our parents. Like they kind of help cultivate our self-esteem when we were children. So I feel like that was the foundation of our self-esteem. But then it's maintained by ourselves and what we are allowing, and a mirage of other things. So after we've gotten to that whatever age it happens to be for you, then we maintain our own self-esteem. And so by the time we start dating, the types of people that we are attracted to and that are showing up for us is a reflection of what our self-esteem is. So that's just like, do we even know that? Do you know that? It took me a while to realize that. So it's like, if we look at our outside situation and notice that we don't like it, how do we change the internal situation so that we are attracting something different? That's always the question. Our outside events, our outside relationships mirror our internal situations. So my thought as an Abby, as a reader, that I talk to other people as, if you want to change the outside relationships that you're attracting, we have to change or begin the process of changing our internal standards. Mic drop. Now, how do we do that? How do we do that? Oh my, there's so many ways. There's so many ways. First, it's even acknowledging that it exists. You can't fix your self-esteem if you don't even know that you have a self-esteem issue. You don't fix your self-love unless you know that you have a self-love issue. You can't acknowledge, you can't adjust your self-worth or turn up the volume on your self-worth unless we know that there is one or is an issue with it. So I feel like most people kind of have a hint that they might have an issue with their self-love, self-focus, self-purpose. And if they do, they can start massaging on it. They can start working with, someone who might have a talent or a skill like my own, like a therapist, like something else, and can kind of help you peel back the layers of your self-esteem, of your self-worth, and start to like bubble that up. You can also maybe start with your affirmations, but the language that you say to yourself can start kind of warming the pot on your self-esteem up. Your internal monologue is the closest voice that you have to you. So what are you saying? What are you saying to yourself on a daily basis? And would you ever say that to another person? If you wouldn't, then maybe some shift of language needs to occur. Because that's the closest voice to you, and it's your own voice. And suggestion from the universe, honey, look at how you speak to yourself. That will directly affect your self-esteem. That can increase it, that can turn it down. And that by proxy, that also does affect the relationships that you attract and the relationships that you have with others and the way that you allow others to treat you. Affirmations, Shonda, yep, they do help. I think they do anyway. That's a good way to start. You can continue to say it until you believe it, essentially. But yeah, that was just a little tidbit. Our outside circumstances, our outside relationships are a reflection of our internal self-compass, self-esteem, self-worth, self-love. And I do believe that increasing our self-love, we have better relationships with others, with ourselves, with our community, with our boyfriends, with our partners, with our spouse. So yeah, and a little moment of advice from an Abby. Increase your self-love, darlings. Increase your self-love. Anywho, I hope you have a great rest of your Saturday. I can't wait to hear how Angela's little girl event goes. But I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Mwah. Bye. I would have appreciated if it ended the way I wanted it to.